Hi everyone, my name is Indra Bayu from Indonesia, and with this video I'm going to teach you the basic of C# code, the very basic, which is like the hello world in C#. But this video is basically about testing whether the quality of the recording is acceptable or not for future videos. So basically this is a test. So while watching this video, or after you are done with the video, done watching, you can put comments down below for improvement about basically everything. Either it's the lighting or the distance between me and the whiteboard, the quality of the pen, marker, or whether you can see the text I'm going to put over there. Basically everything, right? Anything you want to comment or even put critics on, give critics on, up to you. Okay, this is not going to be a long video, so I'm just gonna start with the hello world stuff. In C#, right? C# is a programming language made by Microsoft, and even though it's mainly popular in Windows environment and Windows users, nowadays it can also be compiled and run in Linux and also Mac. So you got these three operating systems able to compile and run programs written using C# programming language. So I'm going to give you a glimpse of C#, a kind of hello world stuff, something that you want to run either using your source code editor and then press run, for example, compile and run, or have it compiled using the compiler in the terminal, right, or in command prompt, and then run the executable produced by the compiler. Okay, so I'm just gonna start with like the include directive of C#, which is the using keyword. Using system. Basically, this is like in C++ you use the include directive, so you're gonna use everything in the header file. But here, this is not a header file, but it's a namespace, right? Or in Java, I think it's a package, right? So those are similar concepts. Everything in the system. Why do we need this package? Why do we need this? Why do we need this namespace? You will see it later, right? Every C# code, just like in Java and C and C++, needs to have this main function or main method where everything is started, right? But the difference between this main method in C# and the one that you may find in C code, right, is that the code, this main method is wrapped inside a class, just like Java, right? You need to have the main method put inside of class, right? So I'm gonna give the name of the class. I'm gonna name it program because it's like the default class name given by Visual Studio, that famous C# code editor. So this is the class, and the name of the class is program, right? Hopefully you can see my writing over here. And then we open the scope of the program using this opening curly brace, right? And then we put over here static void main with capital M, not a lowercase one. So static void main. Void means no return. There's nothing returned after the program is done. Static means it's not a member function of the object, but more because it's owned by the class and not the object, which is the instance of the class, right? It's owned by the class. And then we're gonna put opening curly brace here too for starting the scoop of the main function, right, of the main method. inside of here, I'm going to use the console class. The console is the class that we need to use in order to interact with the command prompt, with the terminal. Right? And to give output, normally in C we use printf, in C++ we use cout, in Java we use system out println. Here over here is console dot write line. Normally we actually the full name of this is the system.console, but since we already put the system over here, we don't need to mention it anymore in the program over here. Okay. So hello world. Hello everyone. Right. We're here. This is basically the same with println in Java, right? Where we write something, or in this case we write a string to the output, to the command prompt, command line, and then after we're done with everything over here, we write something else, which is like an enter. So that's what differentiates console.write and console.write line. There's an extra enter, so the next thing that will be put as output or input in the command prompt or in that terminal thing will be in the next line, right? So normally we can also use the return keyword, right? But it's not necessary to use the return keyword. So we can either use this or command it out, right? Well, it's the same with those other programming languages. If you want to put this line as a command, so you're not going to put it as part of the compilation. And then we're going to close this thing, opening curly brace with the closing curly brace for the main method, right? And then we're going to use another closing curly brace for the program right here, for the class, right? So when you run this, there are two options. Just gonna explain it down here. Option number one, of course, you use the in the terminal command prompt, right, or in the terminal. What you want to do is that first you compile it using CSC. This is the CSC thing. Maybe it's not that big. I'm gonna make it bigger for you. CSC. It's the compiler for C++ CSC, and of course everything here is lowercase. And then the name of the source code, which over here I'm gonna assume that the name for this thing, the file, right, is program.cs. Right. So all the text file over here is saved in that text file called program.cs. CSC program.cs. And then you will see as the output there's an executable, right? .exe. And then this is the first thing. The second thing is that you run it, the executable produced, which is program.exe. Just type program or program.exe, and then you will see hello world. Right. The second one, using your favorite source code editor, editor plus compiler, right, is to use that helps you to compile also. I mean you build it. I'm going to use Visual Studio as an example here. Studio. Using Visual Studio, you build it. Normally, you press Control plus Shift plus B, right? Or maybe you use F6. I'm not to know this by heart. Normally, Control Shift B will do the compilation for you, the build. and then producing the executable, and then you run it using F5, or run without debugging using Shift, press F5 here. Basically does the same thing as running .exe, and then you will see like a pop-up of the command prompt shown, and then you will also see this hello world thing, this hello world string as the output. So basically this is the simplest maybe program that you can make in C# programming language, and also how to build it, how to compile it, and then how to run it, right? This program, as you can see, involves no input from you, no input from the user, but does give an output on the command prompt, on that box, on that DOS box, right? That black thing that produces hello world, right? Again, this is only a test video to test about whether everything is acceptable as the recording environment. Please comment down below whether you have something to comment or to put or to critique. Thank you very much, and I will see you in my other videos about programming.